we are talking about relationships. And one of the things with relationships is this: it's a lot to them, and I'm going to go through it. I'm not sure if are they showing commercials? Are my commercials still running? I think so. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start fresh on this conversation. Have you seen any commercials since you've been over here? I'm not sure if this is monetized. Should be. I cannot see it on my YouTube channel like you all can, so I'm not sure what this is all about, how this is working. I'll be glad when StreamYard contacts me. They're messing around. They haven't contacted me for some strange reason. No commercials. Yeah, see, I don't know. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I will figure it out later. It's not really showing up on my YouTube channel for some reason. But we'll figure that out later. So, we are talking about relationships, and the thing about relationships is this. We're going to start from the beginning. When you meet somebody, you're trying to decide, really it's like a date at first. So really it's like a date. You're trying to go on a date. There's some attraction there. And a date happens. Now, one thing that's interesting is that who initiates the relationship? The man or the woman? In most cases, it's the man. In some cases, it's the woman. Start kind of talking to you, letting you know she's interested. But in most cases, it's the man. And it takes a little while before you know if the relationship is solid or not. It's going to take a little while. But it needs to happen naturally, okay? It has to be organic. It has to be organic. It can't be forced. It has to be organic. Now, relationships are difficult because there's a lot of different factors. If I was to do some type of counseling, it would take me 7 or 8 days to do counseling. If you have relationship problems, I would have to talk to her for 2 days, 2 separate days. I would have to talk to him for 2 days. I would have to talk to both of them for 2 days. That's 6 days. And I would have to have one day to give them my overall opinion and what I think they could do. And the reason I would have to talk to her for 2 days because I would have to hear what she says the first day when she comes back from the appointment. And these conversations could easily go 2 or 3 hours, to be honest with you, if you wanted to save the marriage. All right? And then I would have to have her come back again so that I could get the truth out of her. Because the first time I'm not going to get all of the truth that I want to get. So I'd have to come back and pry into it again. Then I would have to do the same thing. The first day he's going to say something. Then I'm able to go challenge what he said the first day. And they're separate. They don't know what each other said. Then I bring them together, and that's for those 2 days is when we lay down what he said and what she said, which is going to be totally different again. Now, relationships, you got to remember there's nobody that can help you in a relationship because each person is a unique person. Each one of you all are unique. Each man is unique. Each woman is unique. So, if you're both unique and you're in a relationship, then that's a unique relationship. I won't be able to take anything from any other relationship and apply it to you all's relationship. Now, one thing about relationships is the age difference. So it's a lot of different things to a relationship. And so if I get out of high school and I'm 20 and my girlfriend is 18, or I'm 19, my girlfriend's 18, that's one relationship. We're kind of close. If we break up, by the time I'm 26 or 27, when I get in a relationship, I might be 28. My girlfriend might only be 22. Now she's in a total different world than me. Now, another thing about relationship is what was the parents like? What was your experience growing up? What was their experience growing up? What's the difference in the age? How much things did you do in life? How much things did they do in life? These things are a problem. In my relationships, one thing that was always kind of strange is, I wouldn't be able to match a woman with my lifestyle, especially once me and my high school sweetheart broke up. It was hard to find somebody in the same age category. Plus, it was almost impossible to find somebody with the same type of lifestyle. A mother and a father that was always there. They were loving, married. We went on vacations. We went to Disney World. We went to Six Flags. We went to Alabama to visit relatives every year. We went to Michigan. Went to Ohio. We went on vacation every year. We had a nice home, nice cars. Me and my sister always had plenty of clothes. We were never poor. I don't know what it is for the lights to go out. The lights never went out. Gas never. We were never poor. We were back then they called middle class. So if I get in a relationship, I can get in a relationship with a woman. Maybe she comes from a single mother. Maybe her mother and father never got married, or maybe broke up. She's in a different age category. All of these things that could cause some type of turmoil to try to work it out. You have different belief systems. All of those things. So that's so there's a lot to a relationship to really to get it to work. And pretty much the man has to make the decision, does he want to adapt some for this particular woman? Does he want to make her comfortable and blend in with her? She also has to want to blend in with him. You have to kind of blend. Now, I personally think one of the worst things you could do in a relationship is let everybody know too early. I don't feel a relationship is a relationship until at least 10 months. Anything other than 10 months, to me, is not a relationship. It's an attempt to start a relationship, but I don't believe anything like that is a relationship, right? I just don't think so. So I don't believe that it's a relationship to at least 10 months. And I do believe that a relationship should be, while you're trying to build it, everybody should be out of it. No socializing too much early in the relationship, especially with family members. Don't involve family members in something that's not solid. Don't present a woman or a man to your family and it's not solid. It's not solid. There's a natural amount of time before a relationship gets solid. And that's around 10 and 11 months, 10 or 11 months. Naturally in a relationship, if you're living natural and you're not living this new Babylon world, you're going to get with a woman, you're going to be intimate, she's going to get pregnant. And 9 months later, she's going to have a baby. That's not going to take forever. That's going to happen fast if you're living natural, of course, which many of you are not anymore. You're living a natural life. But in a natural life, you're not using any type of birth control. That's unnatural. So you're going to be together, you're going to be intimate. She's going to be pregnant within 8 weeks, especially if you're a fertile man. She's going to be pregnant. And so by the time she has the baby, that's that time period where you're officially in a relationship. That's why it's 9 months. You see, it take 9 months for her to have a baby, maybe another month to get pregnant or two. So you're looking at 9, 10, 11 months, a year. So you're looking at 10 months to a year, whether you have a baby or not, to bond. What do you think is the best age to get married? I believe you get married whenever you all decide to get married. No, I don't. Putting time stamps and economic stamps on stuff is disrespectful in a godly manner, because now you're getting bold. You're saying you're going to be alive. Are you? Are you going to be alive? So planning ahead is disrespectful in a way when it comes to life. you're basically saying, yeah, I'm going to be here. And that's not necessarily true. You're basically living day to day. And yeah, you're going to have plans because you might got to go to school for 4 years. So you're planning to go to school 4 years, but you can't automatically think you're going to be alive in 4 years. You have to take one day at a time. And so what this couple does has nothing to do with this couple. So I think stacking economics and accomplishments, all of that is European hogwash to me. Or I need to get a certain job before I have a baby, or I need to reach one of these Babylonian concepts to do what's natural. To me, is trash. That's just trash. You know what I'm saying? To me. My oldest uncle, Uncle Richard, he married my auntie. He was one of the first principals in Alabama. My father was the youngest of 13, so my Uncle Richard ended up being my daddy's principal at the school. And my Uncle Richard and his wife wanted to wait till they had the perfect house, made a lot of money and everything to have a baby. And when they got everything the way they wanted it, she couldn't have a baby. When everything got perfect, she never got pregnant. My uncle ended up becoming a minister, and he ended up getting a young girl pregnant at the church as an older minister. Some of the congregation felt like he was a sinner because he planned natural reproduction based on the world. The world is natural, and trying to fit a natural world into an unnatural world is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So by the time he got the money, she couldn't get pregnant. So I don't believe any. I don't believe any of that. I had a young lady ask me. She asked me about relationships, and I never planned to be in no relationship I was in. It just happened. All my relationships were organic. There was no plans. All my children were organic. I got 6 children. I never planned any of that. That was all organic. I never planned. I never planned my marriages. I never planned my relationship or any of that. It just happened. I never planned to be in love or who I fell in love with or any of that. You know, when I was in the county jail, I had a dream that I was on the L train. I was on the train with this woman, and the train stopped at a mall. And then as she went to walk out and I went to walk out, the dream ended. So when I woke up, I told all the brothers in the county jail, I said, man, is there any mall where the L train pull up? They're like, no, it ain't no mall where no train pulls up in front of no mall. I said, that's weird. When I got out, I met my last queen, and we had my youngest daughter, and we ended up getting married. And on our wedding night in Vegas, we was down at the Luxor, and instead of walking, you can go to the other hotel and catch the monorail. It's our wedding night. And when we get on the monorail and it gets to the Luxor and the door open, she was the lady. And it wasn't a mall, it was the Luxor. When it's open, it was this big walkway. It looks like a mall. And I said, you the lady I dreamed about in jail. Real talk. And that didn't get revealed until my wedding night. That it wasn't a mall, and it wasn't an L train, it was the monorail. So you can't plan these type of things. You know, planning is a little bodacious. Never. It's good. It's good to have goals, but it's not good to take it for granted you're gonna be here. So you know, when you get in the car, put your seatbelt on. Don't take for granted that nobody's gonna run into the car. You know, make sure your house is secure. Don't take for granted nobody ain't gonna break in. Don't take for granted you won't be in a robbery, an attempted murder. You have to kind of live with preparation, and you can't take nothing for granted. And so relationships should be organic. They shouldn't be constructed, I don't think. And they shouldn't be forced. Just let it happen naturally. And you'll be better off. Too much economical plans and stuff like that is, it's like you have life and then you have the world. You know, you have the earth, then you have the world. And the earth is natural, and the world is man-made. So the earth is oceans and seas and animals reproduction and people reproducing, right? And the world is the junk you make on it. My thoughts on dating apps. I wouldn't date on an app because that to me that's forced. That's like forced. It's like two desperate people. That's a relationship based off of desperation. It's not organic. Somebody's hard up to go out with somebody. The other person's hard up. You get together hard up. Boom, you get married. It's probably gonna flop because it's not organic. You guys didn't get married because you fell in love. You went in on an app and tried to fall in love. You can't really say you fall in love. You built that. How's that love? I tell men all the time, the woman you're looking for, you're going to meet her outside. You're going to meet her at the beach. You're going to meet her at the laundromat. You're going to meet her in the grocery store. You're going to meet her on the train or the bus or walking. As far as going on an app, that's a prefabricated relationship, but probably phony, probably won't work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not natural. Would you want to meet somebody on the app to have your son, have your daughter, have a baby? I'm gonna go find a father for my child on the app. So natural is better. Desperation is bad. If you're single, just be single. Stop trying to do what everybody else do because you see a couple. You don't have to be a couple. It'll come. And so if there's a woman that's tired of being alone and she wants a man, and I meet her and she comes on to me and we become a relationship, it'll flop. It'll flop because it wasn't real. She was desperate. She just wanted a man. And so that's not love, that's desperation. She wasn't looking for love. She was looking for a man. And the fact she's looking for a man or he's looking for a woman, now you're just a token. Why is he looking for a woman? He's looking for a woman to show everybody. So you just an arm piece. Look, man, I got a woman, basically. What do you want to? What do you want to mate for? To show somebody? Make it make some sense. I've talked to some women like that. It's a turn off. They kind of come on to me. I get their number and talk to them, and they kind of desperate. They're pushing it, asking me questions. So you, you know, you ever, what you ever thought about getting married? You know what I'm saying? Weird questions like that, like prefabricated situation. They might ask you, "Do you like me?" Weird stuff like that. Because nobody naturally gonna ask you, "Do you like them?" You gonna naturally tell them you like them, but they're not gonna naturally ask you, "Do you like me? Do you see yourself being with me?" And now you get into some weirdo. Okay, it's weirdos. It's like what? I hadn't thought about it. All I thought about was picking you up and going out to dinner. I didn't pull out a calendar and go any further than I didn't even think about this dinner until we got here. I'm just in the moment. I mean, I don't even like planned dates too much. It's all right, but mm, in some cases, I might got somewhere I want to take you, but I prefer to get with you and say, let's go get something to eat. Where you want to go? And I prefer me and her pick a place. I prefer that. I like my stuff organic, so I prefer me and her pick a place. Oh, look, they look like they got some good food. You want to go there? Let's see if we can get a reservation there. I prefer that. Maybe if it's her birthday or something, I might have something planned. But to be in a relationship and plan every date, uh, that's not a good friendship. Like you're taking the friendship out of it. Part of bonding is doing stuff together, including deciding where you're gonna go to eat. With her saying, "Ooh, they look like they got some good food. You want to go there?" You'd be like, "Yeah, let's do it," because you're pretty much gonna ride with the female choice anyway. And a relationship is, part of a relationship is going to a restaurant and not liking the food. That's the good part of the relationship. You're like, "Ooh, they couldn't cook at all, could they?" That's how you bond. That's how you become a wife and a husband. You don't become a wife and a husband always doing everything perfect. You all say, "Let's go get some food," and you go get the food, and it's horrible. The service no good. You be like, "Can you believe that?" That's a relationship. That's a couple, because that's what life is gonna be like when you get married. When you get married, y'all gonna be going places that you don't like. And you're gonna be leaving saying that was the worst hotel ever, wasn't it? That's what makes that's the relationship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's the real. Now that's really it. That's the real bonding. Not oh everything's perfect all the time. That's not a marriage. That's not no marriage is like that. What marriage is like that? So you and your woman, everywhere y'all went to eat, the food was perfect. Sometimes they made hers good, yours you picked the wrong thing. Like I ain't ordering that next time. I'm gonna order what you ordered. You know this. I like it. I like it natural. I don't like it fake. And so there's certain things to look for when you're going out with somebody. And one of the things is, are they talking about their personal problems early? Like you don't really know them that well. And are they talking about their personal problems too much? Do you know too much too early? Because that's a sign right there. First off, what makes them think, what makes you think they want to hear your problems or your dislikes and all of this? And so that's a sign right there when you start seeing problems too early and situations too early. Ladies, you dating a man, and after a few dates of you hearing about his baby mama and how that was bad, he's not the one. Because you should not bring no baggage into no relationship. I don't know who told you all that that's cool, but let me tell you, it's not. Okay? Leave the past in the past. I don't want to hear nothing about your baby daddy and what y'all been through. I don't give a damn. I don't want to hear it. I don't care nothing about it. Now, for me, it's a problem because if I go out with a woman and she tell me about her problems with her baby daddy and the son or the daughter and all that, after they get finished, they looking at you like your turn. They looking at you like, okay, let's hear you crying and whining. I think I'm gonna have to change the bit rate speed on this thing. I'm seeing like some little glitches, but it's all right. So, if it's early and and you know, that's a bad sign right there. You don't even know them that well, but you know these problems. That's a bad sign. When they start asking you, where's the relationship going? Well, ladies, if he's distant and you've been dating him, because let me tell you something. The relationship is going to be tight way before you know each other really well. It's going to take 9 months, 10 months, 11 months to know each other. But the relationship is going to be tight in that first 4 to 6 weeks. Point blank, period. If it's not, that ain't it. You're going to be basically in love and really addicted to each other in 3 to 6 weeks. A man, he's going to really be crazy about you in 3 weeks. That's when he's going to realize it. He's going to be like that from the beginning. But for sure, by the third time he see you, but he's not going to be aware of it. But it's going to be quick. It's not going to be drawn out like that. If it's not quick like that, that means you got some reserves and you're forcing yourself to get into something that you can already see. You're not. Now, another thing is to, everything's not going to be perfect. It's going to just be based up if you like them. And this is a lot of people be making a mistake. You see, some relationships you're gonna get in, they not gonna necessarily work no long time, but it's still a relationship to get in because y'all in love, and love don't always work. Some things could overpower it. You're supposed to be fighting to make it work, but it ain't nothing where you're gonna find everything to work out perfect. So I've been in some relationships that didn't work. I don't regret none of them. They was all great. It just couldn't go the long distance, but the distance it went was excellent, was beautiful. And so you could be with somebody 3, 4, 5 years. It was a beautiful 3 or 4, 5 years. It just couldn't go 20. But there was nothing wrong with the 3 to 4 to 5. Basically, not really. And so, you know, relationships is just like life. You can get sick. You could be in a car accident. You could pass away. A relationship could get sick. A relationship could be in an accident. A relationship could pass away. You just got to roll the dice. You know what I'm saying? But when you get around a person and what you want to do, you want to avoid their problems. So now, that's where children come in with women. Women, keep your baby daddy out of your new relationship. And so a lot of times it's not cool to be involved with no other man's child when you meet a woman, because then she's a parent, the boy or the girl, or she might have a boy and a girl, and their daddy is a parent. So it's two parents. Now you're in a relationship, but they're into parenting. And so now you don't want to get mixed up in the parenting part, because you're not parenting these children. You're in a relationship with her. So, ladies, don't be trying to let your baby daddy know who your new man is. We don't want him to know us. We don't want to meet him, and we don't want him to know us. It should be a little time before we meet him. I don't want to meet him. So, early in the relationship, you should be making sure you take care of that, or I could be separate. You meet a woman, you just meet her, you talking to her, she call you on the phone, then she go pick up her son or daughter. When you know she's going to pick up her son or daughter, get off the phone. Say, okay, listen, call me back after you drop them off or whatever. If the son and the daughter live with the mommy should be talking to you in a private room. She shouldn't be talking to you in front of the children. Because mommy getting in a relationship ain't none of their business. You understand? So I don't want to be talking to you and you got a son or a daughter and you're on the phone. Hey Pharaoh. Now your son going back telling his daddy or your daughter, my mama talking to somebody named Pharaoh. That's not, you know what I'm saying? We ain't built nothing that strong yet for that. That's like down the road eventually, but early? No, that needs to be separated. And a man, you should let that be separated. You should stay out of the way of that. Ladies, whether it's a lady or a man, ladies, if you with a man and he taking you around people early, he a lame. Get away from him. He's a lame. You some type of he got some type of low self esteem or something, and he just using you to try to look like show everybody he got a woman. He ain't really interested in you like that. Cause it should be a long time before y'all get to mingling like a couple. How you mingling like a couple before you solid? How you like newly dating and mingling? You should be solid before you start mixing up with other people. You should be solid. To me, I don't want to be trying to get to know you and trying to get to know all these other people at the same time. That's a little bit too much. You understand? So, like, if it's a new relationship, keep it out the way. Give it 9 or 10 months to see if y'all gonna even keep dating. Yeah, don't be telling nobody about me until we really locked in solid. Exactly. Exactly. Don't be telling nobody about me. We ain't even locked in like that. We're not even solid. And my name is everywhere, and I just met you. I know you 8 weeks. And people know about me. I don't even know you, not alone them. So right there, that shows me we ain't gonna have no private relationship. Your life is an open book. Everything happens in our house is gonna be outside. You're not a good candidate. I gotta kick you to the curb. You talk too much. You talk too much. So ladies, when a man wanna keep you tucked, that's out of respect. He not trying to hide you. He trying to build with you. He don't want to put you out there like that. He don't want to put you around his mama and his sister and his daddy and all them like that. He want to build first. He ain't ashamed of you. He just a private man and he don't got his mama and his daddy in his business. Everybody is not a little boy or little girl. We don't want when we grown men, we don't really mess with mommy and daddy like that. We don't we weirdos do. If you see a man really tripping with mommy, it's because she's single. And he know his mama ain't got no man there. His daddy over there, he might be. But if a mama and daddy's together, we ain't all up in their business. They a couple. We not running behind. Daddy got that. Daddy got mommy cuffed. They good. We not running under mommy and daddy. So, ladies, when you meet a man and he run under mommy and daddy, unless he work with his daddy and him and his daddy run a business, he's a lame. He's a lame, and his mom and daddy gonna know all y'all marriage business. And y'all gonna get married in front of his mom and daddy, and y'all gonna get divorced in front of his mama and daddy. That's what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna break up in front of that same mama and daddy. Basically. So when you get and start dating now, also, do the person want to know your business, your past business? That's another bad sign. You know, I'm a very private person. And, you know, you date a woman and she tell all her business. And the dangerous thing about that is once they get that out, they're expecting you to do the same thing. They're like, okay, I told you all my business, what's yours? And then when you be like, I don't got no business, they kind of feel away. Because some people believe you don't really like them if you don't tell them all your business. That's how sick it is. So it's a lot of, you know, they'll call you early in the morning, like, well, hello. And like, hey, like, what's up? And you say, oh, so and so. And then it'll be quiet and say something. It's like, what you mean, say something? Say what? You call me. If I would have had something to say to you, I would have called you. Like, so you just want me to start babbling on this phone? Are you serious? Say what? You understand? And so when I'm in a relationship, I don't do no bunch of phone talking because I'm at her house. I'm going to see her, basically. I'm going to see her all the time, all the time, all the time. I lock in quick. You know what I'm saying? I lock in quick. It don't take no long time for me to lock in. But you know, don't never discuss your past relationships. Especially men, don't do it. Ever. Never. Well, they might be like, well, tell me about yourself. Just tell them about yourself. You got a life? Oh yeah, I did this. I work here. I went to school here. I worked there. She said, tell me about you. So tell her about you. Tell her where you went to school. Tell her what you took. Tell her what you do for a living. You said, tell me about myself. That's what I'm finna tell you. You didn't say tell me about somebody else. So I ain't got no problem with a woman saying, tell me about yourself. I'm gonna tell her, yeah, you know, and I did this, I do music, I do this, I do that. That's cool. But if she said, what about relationships? I'll be like, I'm trying to holler at you. I'm gonna keep it gangster. So what about relationships? I'm like, that's what I was gonna ask you. What about relationships? You know what I'm saying? One time I had an ex. We wasn't together. And she came by my place. And I had some condoms in there, but I wasn't even using them like that. See what I'm saying? People be tripping. Them condoms wasn't, I wasn't using them condoms like that, right? So she like, uh-oh. And she gonna pick the I said, I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. But see, she don't even know the condom was being used to tie something up in them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, why is you snooping around and why is you jumping conclusions like that? The condoms was being used to stop something from getting wet. I ain't even say nothing. I just played it off. I just told her, I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Because sometimes you break up with an ex and you go by and see them, where the new person is where they broke back up. I don't be snooping around. I don't want to see nothing. So I don't be snooping around no woman's. I don't be snooping around. I ain't looking at nothing. I ain't trying to see nothing. I'm a very private person. And the only way to protect your privacy is to protect your privacy. And once you tell somebody something and they go tell somebody, that's your fault. So anything you don't want out in the world, don't tell nobody. Because if you tell them, they gonna tell. So the best way to protect your privacy is keep your mouth shut. So I'm not telling no woman nothing because one, I don't know you. You have to be my queen where I know your character. And then I know the type of person you are. You understand? You have to be my queen. We have to be, then been around each other. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this. I'm dating you. I'm not going to talk about the last woman I was with, which should be a comfort because now you know if we don't work out, you know I'm not going to talk about you either. I'm going to keep you private. You understand? So a woman got to look at it two ways. This man don't talk about nobody in his past, and if I end up being in his past, he ain't going to talk about me either. That's a good thing because I don't feel like you was nobody's business. If me and you was in a relationship 2, 3, 4 years, that was personal between me and you. If we break up, that stays right there. It's not for me to mention you. See, like since I've been on social media, I don't never post no active relationship on social media. That's not cool. You showing everybody who your wife and kids is. That's how you be getting doxxed. Your house is broken into and stuff. You can't just be showing people. You can't. This internet ain't ain't cool. You need to keep your stuff personal. Why you got your wife all up on this internet? Especially the women. I can see you posting a dude because they run up and they get done up. But ladies is vulnerable. Why you posting your daughters and your granddaughters and your ladies up there vulnerable with all these creeps up here and you got them up there? By the time I show a picture of my wife, that picture be 20 years old. She don't even look like that no more. That's a fact. If I went and got married right now, I would not post that shit on no social media and I wouldn't tell nobody I got married. Facts. That ain't nobody business but me and the woman. That ain't your business. Who is you? I don't even know you. I'm not telling you nothing. Now, another thing is, do they fit in your current lifestyle? You got a certain lifestyle. Is this person gonna fit in that lifestyle? Is this man gonna fit in your current lifestyle? Let's say you're a woman, you a nurse. Your shift be changing. So for 3 months you might be working the night shift. Is this the type of dude that's gonna stay loyal to you because you're not home at night, or is he gonna cheat on you? You got to consider all of that. Are they gonna fit in your lifestyle? So like me right now, if a woman want to date me, is she the type of chick that get mad and go on social media? Because if so, I can't mess with her. So now if I'm dealing with a woman and I know I'm on social media a lot, everything I say to her, I'm willing for it to be on social media. I'm not going to say nothing to her that I don't want on social media. Period. I'm not sending no text to no woman that I wouldn't want on social media. So if I send her a text and I say, you're going to come over and you're going to bust it down, the reason I sent that, because if she put that on social media, it's going to make me look good. Pharaoh said she's going to bust it down. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I said, I've already considered, real talk, I already considered how it's going to look on social media. So so that's why I don't be doing no text. They be like, I'm not doing no texting. Other than, how you doing? What time you gonna be home? Stuff like that. I'm not doing no text. I'm not doing nothing that could work against me on social media, because I'm on social media. Okay? And the only thing I'm gonna say to you on social media is something that exposes you. You could tell her that I said, I'm finna come run up at you again. You could post that. That help me. If we break up, that's gonna help me get more women. That's gonna help me get another woman. But I'm not finna say nothing creepy, which I don't do creepy stuff anyway, but I'm not saying nothing that I don't want nobody. I'm not finna say nothing that you could turn and flip and put out there and have me looking crazy. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Everything I'm saying, I'm cool with putting up there. Plus, I'm always respectful, so I ain't gonna be disrespectful anyway to no queen. You know what I'm saying? I'm always treat a queen like a queen. Before the relationship, during the relationship, if it don't work after the relationship, I'm always gonna treat a queen like a queen. They're gonna always be a queen. And they always under my protection. That's another thing. And you're a woman and you deal with me, you always under my protection. That stay forever. Once we intimate like that for a while, you always under my protection. Period. We ain't necessarily gonna get back together. We ain't no couple. But if somebody out of line and you call me and be like, they gonna get dealt with. Just on GP because me and you had something tight, and I'm gonna always be tight with you. It might not have worked out, but you gonna always be special to me. Ain't no, like, you ever had a friend that's a real good friend, right? Well, when you get in a relationship with a woman, that's better than a real good friend. So when you break up, how come she still ain't a real good friend? Now, she ain't the typical type of friend, because you don't want to be no friends with no woman because you might got another woman, and that's not proper to be talking about, well, she my friend, so I'm not going to be calling you. I'm not going to be coming by and seeing you, because that's disrespecting. If I get a new queen, that's disrespectful. But if you're in some bad situation and you like, Pharaoh, my landlord tripping, I'm finna get evicted. I need $400. As long as you don't tell nobody I gave you the $400 and tell my new queen I gave you the $400, I'm going to give you the $400. Now, I don't want to sleep with you or nothing because I'm not finna disrespect my new queen. And I don't want her to know I gave it to you because she going to take it the wrong way. And it ain't even like that. But I'm going to give you the $400. And if I give you the $400 and you don't pay it back, I don't really care because I already considered that, in the streets, you don't loan nobody nothing that you got to have back. You already expect that it's gone. So if you get it back, you surprised. But I'm going to be like, here, I'm not going to let you get, that's not going to happen. Period. Just so, because I ain't the type of person, I'm like this. I couldn't lay down and go to sleep and think you getting evicted. That kind of shit bothered me. And if you're my child's mother, for sure. Because everything happened to you affect my children, have to affect my children. So I gotta protect my children. Because they hurt if you get hurt. So I can't really let you get hurt like that. But I don't go back. I don't go back when I break up. So ain't no new woman got to worry about me going back. I don't do that. Because it's just like, I don't know, that ain't gangster. We broke up, we broke up. I'm not doing no going back shit. I'm not doing that. If I'm single and you begging to get back and you serious, I could see me maybe liking you and trying it again. But if I'm in a relationship, no. I'm not doing no weird shit like that. I'm moving on. But I always help. Women that I know that I was real close with, I always help them if I can. They women. What you gonna do? A lot of times when a person call you, they don't want to call you either. They desperate. You know what I'm saying? I know psychology. So for her to call me, it really is serious. Because she do not want to call me. I'm probably the last person, one of the last people she want to have to ask for $200. See what I'm saying? But you can't do nothing to no woman I had any type of relationship with, whether it was a sexual relationship or just a home girl. You gonna get hurt. That's a fact. You gonna get, if they call me, you gonna get hurt. Now, they got to be able to fit into your, if it's a relationship, they got to be able to fit into your current circumstances. So it's like, let's say I'm here and my woman here. She got to be quiet. Like when I first started doing my live, I was married. Y'all, nobody never heard my wife. She never say nothing. She never got in the camera. None of that. Why? Because she was already like that. You got to be already fit in what I'm doing. I can't be with you. You're going to come in here and run up in this live and start talking to me. You got to treat me just like Johnny Carson, just like them white men on TV. You got to treat me just like a real TV show. So if you here, you could come and you could signal me and I'll play a commercial. I got songs I can play for a commercial and I'll go holler at you because it could be an emergency. I'll come back and nobody never know if I went to the restroom or what, went to get some water or what. So you got to be able to fit into that lifestyle. And I got to be able to fit into your lifestyle. I can't mess her up either. I had a queen, she was a nurse, and she was up at the job. I don't know. She got into it with one of the supervisors, something at the job, and she made a mistake and called me. And she called me. She was crying. See what I'm saying? And I had to learn. And so, she called me. She was crying. She was upset. This was my queen. So I called back with verbal threats. You know what I'm saying? I called back on like 10, on like 100,000. So even though they did her dirty when they told her what I did and I went and picked her up, she like, I shouldn't have even called you. She was kind of mad because she was like, I shouldn't have even called you. You ain't had to. I ain't think you was going to say all that. I'm like, you called me crying, though. You can't call me with that kind of shit. If you know you my baby girl like that, you can't call me with that. You shouldn't have called me. You know what I'm saying? You know I was gonna threaten them ladies. Come on now. You know I was gonna threaten now. You knew you should have known. You should have known I was gonna call and said, "Don't make me come down my woo 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 wop woo woo." You should have. You come on now. You should have known that. So I learned. You know what I'm saying? I had to. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta learn too. Don't call me with nothing like that. So when she went back to work, they was like, "Girl, your man love you. He threatened to unalive all us." Oops. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't send no pics of myself. No, I don't do pics. I don't do pics like that. That's weirdos. I don't do that. I don't do pics. She can take a picture of me, poop, and do whatever she want to do it, but I don't send pics and stuff. I don't send pics and weird stuff. I don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm hands on. Anything sexual or whatever, I need to be right there. I never watch porn or nothing like that. That ain't my thing. I never looked at magazines and stuff like that. I never went to strip clubs. All my guys will tell you, I never went to a strip club. First time I went to a strip club, my boy said, "Come over here with me. I gotta go get some money." I didn't know where he was going. I went to him. He went in this place. It was a girl up there dancing, jumping down on her knees. That was the first time I ever been in one. But one of the dudes worked in there, owed him some money. He took me to the 2 times I went to a strip club. He took me. Second time, it was a girl he liked, worked at the Admiral Club, and he took me up there. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing for me. I don't really like looking at something I can't touch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't like looking at nothing I can't touch. If you ain't got no clothes on, I'm knocking it back. If I ain't there to knock it back, what I'm there for? Like, I don't know. I'm about that action. I ain't about no looking. That's weird. That's too weird. To me, I don't know. I'm at the Admiral Club and you sit here, it's a table there, it's a table there, a table there. So the girl, she go to this table over here, he pay her. She take all her clothes off. He pay her, then she put them back on. Then she come to my table. So she come to my table and say, "You want to dance?" I was confused. I said, I just sent you. You know what I'm saying? I was confused. Like the tables is close, so she right there. Like if he stick his arm out, I stick my arm out. We could touch fingertips. So he's sitting right there. She just took her clothes off right there. She put them back on and come and want me to pay her to take them back off again. I didn't understand. I'm like, what? I'm thinking everybody lame. I'm sitting here. I'm looking. I'm seeing everybody. I'm already synced everybody. I'm just looking at y'all doing it for everybody. I'm getting it. What is free for me? What is we doing? And I don't even like what I'm looking at. I don't even like what I'm looking at because I don't want to just see nothing I can't touch. I can't what? So I ain't understand that. What is this? This is some weirdo stuff. I'm not giving you a quarter. I ain't the type of person that'll go there unless I got some dancers. I could be the kind of set five chicks in there to get that money. Now I could go up there. I could be the one supply the strippers. I could do that, but I can't. I can't go to see them. But I could drop some off and pick them up. Oh, I could do that part. I'd be good at that part. I'd be good at dropping them off and picking them up. But I ain't paying you to see that. Is you crazy? What? Ain't no way. I ain't doing that. That's a little too weird. So another thing is, are the people wrapped up into a crowd of people that you got to get acquainted with at the same time you're trying to get acquainted to them? That's another problem. You just wrapped up in all these people, Keisha and Sandra. You know, I'm on the phone with you and I know all these people's names, so I know they know my name. I'm in my girl Keisha's and Sandra. I'm finna go with Keisha. After talking to you 2 weeks, you done said Keisha's name 20, 30 times. Come on, man. I don't even know you. That's another thing. You know, I'm looking for privacy, adult relationship privacy and building. Because in a relationship, yeah, you're gonna have sex, but a relationship, you gotta get some money too. Bills gotta be paid. Things gotta be done. You gotta be healthy. Would you want to be in a relationship and your mate got diabetes, cancer? And people don't think about all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. How they wrapped up into a whole bunch of people and bringing you into this group, especially if her life ain't really popping. Most times, her life ain't that good because people that's life is really doing good, they ain't got no big crowd. Because y'all all know you can't find a big crowd to do nothing positive. You can only find a big crowd of losers. You can't find no big crowd of winners because winners are busy. Winners is not, man, listen. If you got four dudes that's winners, they barely see each other. Facts. We barely see each other. We ain't doing all that phone calling and all that. By the time you talk to them, like, what you been on? Oh man, I bought another property, man. I got rid of the truck, man. I got another truck. They got updates. We ain't on the phone. We ain't up. They busy. These are people that when you come around them, it's business. They're not just doing no just sitting around. That's the type of relationships I like. I don't like no gossipy relationships like that. Now another thing, do they got children problems? Has there been problem with the child? Is the child a problem at school, or does the child have serious medical issues or some type of mental issues? Is there some type of custody situation? Like, don't go get yourself in the middle of nobody's domestic problems. They become your problems. You know, that's the worst. Somebody with a unruly child. The daughters don't listen to the mama and live with the mama, and now you dating the mama, and you got to put up with the daughter because she gonna treat you the same way she treat the mama. Like all of these things you got to look into when you start talking about like relationships. Are you going to keep your privacy? Are you going to be introduced into something? Men and especially women, you got to learn how to keep your mate, keep their privacy, help them keep their privacy. Don't take away their privacy. Give them time to become unprivate on their own. They'll mingle, but let them do it on their own. Don't you force it. Let them come into your social world at their own rate. Don't just drop them into your social world like that. Now they surrounded with all these people that's associated with you. That's just how you gonna build something new and keep dealing with something old. A lot of times if you with a man, ladies, and you got all these friends you socializing with, if he's single, you gotta understand he just cut off a bunch of people. He just cut off a bunch of socializing with his ex's friends and relatives and stuff. So he's not necessarily interested in jumping back in that mess like that. Many times, man, you just came out of a mess of people. If you want to be honest, one of the main things that make relationships so hard is all the other baggage. You barely have a relationship, just you and her or just you and him. It's all these other people. Always. It's all these other people. And in some cases, they taking money away too. You ain't trying to help your wife get no car for her to drive around them bums in her family all day and run behind them every day, all day. And they grown. You ever been around a family that's a lot of women and they cockeyed and kiki and ain't none of their kids ain't worth nothing? All their kids are some losers, weirdos. Nobody really gets along. They get together, they get mad, they back, they mad, they back, they mad. She mad at this sister, then this sister, then his brother, then the kids is tripping. This cousin don't like that cousin. That's all it really be. I ain't never seen it no other way. Only the private people, the only ones don't have that problem. All the socializer people, man, they the worst. They stay around a bunch of losers and a bunch of confusion and a bunch of gossip. Oh my soul. I'm telling you. If they phone be ringing too much, you don't want to date them. I'm telling you. If they phone constantly ringing and it's chirp, 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 blah, 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 you get, you ain't finna have no type of relationship because they in the middle of a swamp of nonsense. I got my boy, he married. He married this woman. It's him and his woman, and they got a child. The child is older, like college age. The house full of people all the time, in and out. All the time, it's a bunch of people that ain't got nothing to really do with what they doing. They just there. The wife like an invalid. She hanging on to all these relatives. He got to deal with it. He got to deal with her and all her relatives. It's usually the man that suffer because a man that like that find a woman that like that. You know what I'm saying? See, a man will be private and be with a woman that's not private. But if a man is not private, a private woman not gonna be with him. Another wild chick gonna be with him. Another loser. I don't know why it's like that. Like a private woman is not dealing with you with no baggage. She not going on the second date. Once she see that, she not even going on the second date. But men will be dumped into a family of losers quick. Women ain't doing that. They ain't getting dumped in no family full of weirdo losers, grown people always at each other's house. Because you ain't supposed to be up in nobody's house like that. This unnecessarily need to socialize like that is crazy. The man is the provider. Ain't no man no damn provider. I don't know who made that up. Ain't no man no provider. I'm not providing nothing from nobody. We gonna go get it. I'm not going to get nothing. The only person I'm gonna provide for is me. I'm not providing for nobody. If she don't want to go out here and get it, she ain't gonna have it. I'm not providing for no damn woman. Man, I'm not providing for nothing. My mama worked and my daddy worked. My mama and daddy worked and provided for their children. Plus, I'm an entrepreneur, so my nature is to put her up on some money. I can't be with no woman don't want to get no money. In my world, if I'm making 10 million, I'm with a woman, I'm gonna try to get her to make 10 million. It ain't that we need it, but as a hustler, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. Let's say I got a clothing line. Boom, these clothes is popping off. I got a queen. She gonna have to get a clothing line too, cause she can have a whole different brand. It could be popping. So it ain't in my nature to just go do this and she don't do nothing. They say, well, you making 10 million, yeah, but a hustler 20 is better than 10. If she could get 10 too, that's the new generation now. Everybody getting money. Ain't no more of that. These Hollywood celebrities, they both getting money. These people that's celebrities, they want a woman that's a celebrity. She got to be able to get a bag too. The new thing is Beyonce and Jay-Z. Everybody get a bag. Jay-Z ain't no provider. Beyonce getting a bag, Jay-Z getting a bag. Ain't none of that. I ain't providing nothing. You know what I'm saying? See, the man used to be the provider. And then when the man provided, a lot of white doctors and stuff was making a whole lot of money. And then when they was getting divorced, they was leaving their wife poor. So that's why the court system started taking half. The court system started taking half because they was saying, you can't be no surgeon and make all this money, and yeah, you the provider, but when you get ready to leave her, you're going to have to stay the provider. Yeah. So that's where all that alimony and all that came from. Yeah, and child support came from men thought they could be the provider and have all the money. Then when they was breaking up with the women, thought you could just leave her destitute, and the court say no. To the point now, where they take all your money. She end up with more than you. Facts. Go out there with that provider stuff and see what happens when you break up. Oh, you're going to be the provider, all right. Yeah, you're going to be the provider in the court system. So if you got a woman that you taking care of, if you get a divorce, she going to clean you out. You're going to be broke. You better teach her how to make her own money. You say money isn't everything. If you didn't have no money, you wouldn't even be over here. If you didn't have no money, you wouldn't be able to type that. Money is everything. If you didn't have no money, you would not have no phone. You wouldn't have no phone on, and you wouldn't be on my YouTube. And YouTube is about money. YouTube is owned by Google. This is all money. YouTube is money. Everything we doing right now is money. 37 Breezy. This whole situation ain't money. This electricity on, these lights on, this internet on, YouTube, Google, Gmail. This ain't all money. This ain't all about money. Yes or no? 37 Breeze, this ain't all about money. You're not spending money right now. Your phone ain't charging you every day. Your electric meter not running right now. Your electric meter is not running right now. The electricity to your house, the meter's not running. The gas meter's not running. If your phone bill's $100 a month, what's 30 in 100? You ain't paying $3 a day for your phone bill right now? Your phone don't cost you $3 every day? Money is everything. There's only two things in this world: health and wealth. That's it. If you ain't healthy, you're dead. If you ain't got no money, you're homeless and you're dead. There's only two things in this world: health and wealth. That's it. That's the only thing you got, Breezy, is health and wealth. So take care of yourself. That's all you got. Yeah, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. Make sure your children know that. Make sure your wife know that. Make sure everybody know that. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You ain't got no money, these lights is off. These lights is on right now. They're going to charge me for this. They're going to charge me. And then YouTube going to run commercials. When I post this on YouTube and I monetize it, they're going to run commercials. And then they're going to send me a check. I'm getting paid for this. Yeah, I'm making money right now. Yes. Absolutely. A lot of YouTubers making $30,000 a month, $90,000 a month, $100,000 a month. Y'all ain't know that? It's small YouTubers making $10,000 a month. Y'all ain't know that? Y'all think they just over here talking? Y'all think Poetic Flacco and Whack 100 and DJ Academics, y'all think, why man, listen. CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox News, y'all think they'll be here for free? I'm on YouTube. I'm using OBS. Everybody's making money. StreamYard. You know how much StreamYard is a month? How much I make from YouTube? You know how that go. I can't tell you that. You already know that, right? You know I can't tell you that. You know better than that. And then I'm a small creator, so I don't make the same. I don't make the same. How much you work, that's how much you make. You make a lot of videos. I don't say nothing on no money. I'm the type of person I rather people. I'm the type of person I don't really discuss finances like that because as a businessman, finances is something that's constantly changing. Money's coming in, money's going out. So finances is never stable, never, you know. As an entrepreneur, our finances is all over the place. When y'all see an entrepreneur and they say he got 10 million and stuff like that, you know what the ride was like though? You know what I'm saying? So when you're in a relationship, you want to make sure, do they have children problems? Do they have problems with their ex between their children? Is there parenting problems? All these things, they're going to affect you in the relationship. Then you got to look at where both of y'all at in life. You know, where she at in life and where you at in life. In in 2025, 2026, it's all about the pull up, right? So relationships is based on your potential. It used to be a time where women, 2, 3 years ago, women say if they making this much, they don't want no man making that much. But that's changing now because now women making this much know that they can invest and you can make that much. So now women realize that they with an investment you can make more than them because the business is like this. You selling lemonade, it's popping. You selling $50,000 worth of lemonade a month. This person over here is selling garbage bags. They making $200,000 a month. So if you making $50,000 a month, and you can invest in your man, and he can start selling the garbage bags and make 100,000, 200,000, you gonna G for that. So with business, it ain't about who making the most money, because now the new thing in business is investing, investing, investing. Because no matter how much you make, that money could be invested to make even more. So the new young people, they getting smart. They see it don't matter who making what. The only thing that the new women is into is, do you have get up and go? So ladies and men, it ain't about what they got. Do they have to get up and go? If they got to get up and go, they gonna get the money. So that's what you're looking for, to get up and go. That's all you look. That's all you need in 2025, 2026, to get up and go. Because now you can get with a woman or you can get with a man and you can get them a podcast and they might make more than you. You can get them a live stream because it's all up in there. You don't know who the people going to watch. So you can get a queen, bring her into the game, shortcut it for her. So she's in there immediately. She got the graphics, she got the channel immediately, and she might pass you. All you caring is about how much is coming into the house. That's it. You don't care who bringing it in. The days where you watching who bringing it in, young people, we ain't doing that no more. We don't give a damn who bringing in what. It's coming in. We just want money coming into the house. Because she might got two different means of income. He might got three. The days of keeping up who making what, them days is over. We ain't on that no more. We ain't make more. Because you got to understand. Some women will be like, but you supposed to be the money maker. Let me give you an example. There was a club in L.A. My queen went down there and she was selling medallions, African medallions. And when she would go down there and sell medallions, she sell $600, $500 worth of medallions on a Friday night. We had two little babies, so she didn't want to go a couple of weeks. So I went. When I went, though, I didn't make $600, $700. I only made $400. After 2 weeks, the manager told me he don't want me there. She had to go back. There's certain businesses that men can make more money. For a lot of people don't understand, a lot of women don't understand, there's certain things where women can make more money. So you can't be on who making the most money. When we used to sell incense downtown, it was three of us. It was me, a homeboy that left Chicago with me, and my queen I met out there. My queen and her daughter would go stand in front of the bank and sell incense. Me and him would stand downtown L.A. Me and him average $150 packs a day. So we making $300 a day. She averaging $2 to $250. See what I'm saying? She's selling double or more because she a female. So she's selling $250 a day. Between me and him was $300. We making $500 a day. This is in 1982, 83. We making $500 a day selling incense for $1. But we can't make as much as her because she a female. So imagine her saying she don't want to be with no man that don't make as much money as her. It depends on what business it is. Some businesses, the men gonna make more money. Some businesses, the women can make more money. That's just how business is. So when you're in a relationship, you're trying to find out how he can max out and how she can max out. You ain't doing no, oh, he got to be the breadwinner. Them days is over because people firing people. You're going to have to be independent, figure out how to go get it. So we living in a day now, these women is making T-shirts, these women making baby clothes, these women is doing everything. Everybody making money. The husband making money, the wife making money, the son making money. We got families now where the son become a millionaire. The daddy got a good job, the mommy got a good job, the son starts selling some hoodies, he'd be a millionaire. Well, black folks, we don't care where it's coming from no more. That's over with. We don't care where it's coming from because we all investing. The days of, the just going to get a job and who makes the most, those days is over. You understand? So it makes a difference where you both are in life and where you at, what you do, what she do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was with a queen, she was a nurse. And I wanted to sell scrubs. You know what I'm saying? I just never got around to it. I would have got rich, though. I got rich because she was a nurse, I peeped how the scrubs wasn't all that good. They done got them better now, but back then I peeped it. I said, if you made some cute scrubs, you'll get rich. I ain't gonna tell the whole idea because I still might do it. But I got that's a whole lot of money for that. It's a whole lot of money for medical clothes. Facts. Lot of money. Yeah, there's people getting millionaires on YouTube for sure. It all depends on who you are and can you appeal. That's why I have my grandson over here. But his mother, I don't know what's wrong with her. She was supposed to send him once a week. He was gonna make enough content to post like 3 or 4 every week. He would have been rich. He would have made more money than me because he was a kid. She didn't do it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Now, another thing with relationships, they'll ask you, what are you looking for in a relationship? And that's one of the dumbest questions in the world. What do you mean what I'm looking for? I've never met a woman because I was looking for something in a relationship. That have never happened to me in my life. I seen her, she was cute, I hollered at her. We started dating, next thing you know, we got babies. It wasn't like I seen her, I went and introduced myself, and I'm talking about what I'm looking for in a relationship. What do you mean what you looking for in a relationship? What? That's internet stuff, G-Rock. They're taking internet conversations and pretending that they're life conversations and they're not. That's all internet. They're saying stuff on the internet and they're trying to make you think that that apply in life. That's what they doing. I ain't never had a woman ask me that ever. Never. I ain't never had a woman ask me none of them weird ass questions in my life. I've never had no woman ask me nothing like that. To be honest with you, I ain't never been on no interview and no date I ever went on. I've never been on a date and went on no interview. Never. Never in my life. That's TV shit. Never. You pick her up, she get in the car, you probably turn on music. Before you know it, you at the restaurant or wherever you at. You don't be doing a bunch of unnecessary jibber jabber. That stuff be fake. That never happened like that. Usually, usually when you take a woman out on a date, you're usually talking about normal things that people talk about that's going on, like in a big city like Chicago. You'll be talking about stuff happening on the news and real stuff. You really, that's be fun. No, people just be regular. You be in the car, you be driving, you be like, you heard what that dude, you heard what that dude jumped out the window today with the baby? She like, yeah. That's how black folks be talking. I can't believe he did that. I'm like, crazy. How you gonna just jump out the window with the baby? Like that's what we be talking about things that's really happening. We don't be like, so what do you do? Those is weirdos. Nobody, no regular real black people. We don't talk like that. That's TV skits. We be talking about real stuff. Don't nobody be talking about them fake conversations like that. I ain't never seen that before. And then it don't be no whole lot of talking. Cause a lot of times you be playing music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times there don't be no whole lot of talking. You just be playing music. And no, don't no women be interviewing you like that. That's TV, man. That's not real life. That's TV. That stuff ain't gonna happen. On the dating app, they might say that weird stuff on the app, but in real life, I ain't never. Listen, man, I'm almost 70. I ain't never had none of that happen. We mostly talk about whatever's going on right there in the scene, whatever. I don't remember no, you know what I'm saying? Even when you ask them where they from and stuff, it don't be corny like on TV. You can't even remember. Man, I can't remember when no woman told me where she work or nothing. I just know I end up knowing where they work, but I can't remember when they told me I'm a nurse. I can't. It's not like I don't remember saying, "What do you do?" I don't remember that. I swear to God. All the conversations be like organic. I swear to God, like they be organic. You can't repeat them. I bet you can't repeat them. I bet you can't repeat no dating conversation because it be more organic. It don't be like that. That's phony. You meet a woman here, she already know where you from, Chicago. Most of the conversations where y'all get to know each other happen over weeks, for real. And like it be weeks before she tell you. And yeah, you know, I'm my mama. I left my mom. That be weak. That do not be on the first date. Oh my soul, that stuff all come out like naturally when the woman tell you, and I had these kids, I had my first baby, and I had to go out there. That stuff never happened on the first date. That stuff, y'all find all the information about each other. It take like 4 months. It be coming out in pieces in regular conversation about something else. You be talking about something else, and then that come up. I mean, from what I don't remember no woman sitting down me and tell me, "Oh, I'm a teacher. I went to school here." I don't remember none. And I've been on a man. I don't remember nothing like that. I don't remember me explaining nothing about myself. I don't remember that. I don't remember no woman explaining nothing like that. I couldn't even tell you what we said on no date. It don't be like on no TV though. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just organic conversation. It wasn't like no job application type questions. Not that I remember. I don't remember that. Nah, I don't remember. I mean, when I pick up a woman to go on a date, a lot of times they be bubbly and they be ready to go. They trying to have fun, so it don't be all corny like that. They be so happy to get. They be ready to go. They come out dressed, popping gum, and it's up. And you just be talking regular black people talk. It don't be no da da da. But I don't know. Some people might live in the cornball world. I don't know. I ain't live in the cornball world, so we wasn't having cornball conversation. We just black people going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember. None of my first dates. I don't remember none of that. I don't remember no questions and answers. A lot of it have to do with y'all's personality, how she moving when she come on the date. If you go on a date with a girl and she kind of quiet and stuff like that, a lot of times y'all don't go on another date. But I live in Chicago, so don't nobody be all uptight. Everybody be loose. By the time we get in the limousine and smoking, drinking, the music, and she's singing to the music, we at the restaurant already. Then when you're at the restaurant, you don't be talking. They give you the menu, and she be like, "What you gonna get?" That's how y'all usually. I don't know. Am I the only one going real dates? She like, "What you gonna get?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. What you getting?" I might get this. We just be regular. We don't be like, oh man, what do you do? It don't be like that. You just be regular black folks. We be in the restaurant. What you gonna get? This look good right here. Yeah, that do look good. I think I need to get that instead of what I'm getting. Like that, from what I understand. And then you don't be talking when you eating. You don't really be talking while you eating. That's TV. I ain't never been on no dinner with no woman. So what do you do? Well, we don't do all that. A lot of times you find out what they do. Like a lot of times, you don't, if she a nurse, you see the nurse shoes when you go to a crib. Like a lot of them questions be already self-explanatory in a way. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I don't remember nobody say, "Oh, I'm a nurse." I just knew you was a nurse. I don't know when I found out, but I don't think you told me. I think I seen you. Cause I mean, when I pick up a woman, I don't really care what she used to do. I'm trying to see what we finna do. Anyway, I'm trying to hit. I'm not trying to do all that. I don't care nothing about your job or none of that. I ain't even asked you to go out because of your job. I asked you to go out because your booty and your titties and you was pretty. I never asked you to go out because of your job. I don't give a damn about your job. Okay, not really. You got somewhere to live, so we know you work. So we don't, we know you work because you paying your rent or your mortgage. So I don't know. I got to think about that. I don't remember none of that stuff. Now that you mention it, I don't remember none of that. It'd be over days where she'd be like, oh, yeah, I work for so-and-so company, and I have to call and then sell stuff. You usually find that out 2 days later, 3 days later. You usually find out about them. It usually take about 10 days. It usually take about 10 days before you find out about a person. Usually. You reveal that slowly in a natural conversation. You just don't start talking about what you do at your job. That something leads to that conversation. It'd be organic though. It don't be like they be trying to say, like on them TV shows. Them TV shows don't be real. That's why I be looking so weird on the TV show when they go on a date. You be like, why my dates don't be like that? I ain't never had a date like a TV show date. I ain't never been on no date when no woman tried to order a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff. I ain't never been on no date when no woman just wanted to order the most expensive champagne and lobsters and all. That ain't never happened. Not that I can remember. That shit fun. I ain't never took no woman where she can't get whatever's on the menu anyway, so that sound weird. I ain't never took no woman where she can't get whatever's on the menu. So I say, what you gonna get? She like, I'm gonna get this lobster. I'm like, I'm gonna get this. I never looked at it like, oh, she trying to get lobster. I don't know. I never looked at it like that. I came in here to spend some money. I'm not spending this money for no sex either. That's the bull too. That's crazy too. I am not taking her out to have sex. That's the craziest shit ever. I liked her. I asked her, let's go hang out. When I take a woman out, I'm not taking her nowhere. I'm going out and she going with me. Anyway, I ain't never took no woman nowhere. I took her with me. I never I never took her on her date. The date was my date. And I asked her, do she want to go with me? It was never like I'm not taking her to a restaurant. I'm going to a restaurant and I'm taking her with me. From what I remember, I don't ever remember taking a woman nowhere. I remember us going somewhere. And if I didn't want to spend $500 on a plate, I took her to where it had the prices I wanted to spend on me. So if I took her somewhere where they got plates for $1,000, that's because I'm gonna buy something for $1,000, not because of her. So that stuff is fake to me. So I ain't never took a woman nowhere where the whole menu ain't available. I don't understand that. I wouldn't give a damn what she eat. She don't owe me no sex or she don't owe me nothing. That wasn't an arrangement to go eat and have sex. The arrangement was let's go out. That's it. And let me see what I could get. It's not like I'm gonna go out and you don't owe me no sex when I take you to dinner. That shit sound crazy. That sound crazy. But that's these new buses. These dudes is lames. You know, back then we get the limousine and everything. They don't do limos no more. I ain't got the limousine for. I got the limousine for me. I want to be in the limo. I got the limo for me. I got the mink on for me. I got the jewelry on for me. I got her for me. All this is for me. Yeah, lanes. Everything was for me. I never took a woman nowhere I didn't want to go. And wherever I took her, I wanted to go there. I took her where I wanted to go. And I never took her trying to impress her. I took her because I was a boss. This is what I do. Me and the team go here and eat. And we all men. What? I don't know. These are the new lames. They crazy. We never bought no woman jewelry to impress her. We bought jewelry because we had plenty of money. We had money to burn. And that's how you would. Get you something too. I'm getting me this. Get you something. Look and see what she like. You know, I'm looking at my watch. Get you something too. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Get you something too. If she don't get something, we looking at her like she a lame. She a lame. Because in the world I was with, if I went with my boy and he said, come on, man, ride over here with me, man. I got to go pick up a coat from a dude. And he go and he put on the mink coat and he get it. He asked, dude, how much is this? 4. He said, 4. He like, how much is that? He like, 6. He put it on. He like, Ram, you wanted one? I'm like, yeah, give me the black one. He like, how much is the black one? Like, 5. Okay, give me the black one and that. I don't know. If it would have been a woman, we would have been like, you want one? But I guess these ain't them real, these dudes ain't really that. We not buying it for her for no sex. We buying it because we just buying stuff. You know what I'm saying? What? We not buying it to impress her. That's some new stuff. I don't know. I ain't never bought no stuff like that to impress no woman. That sounds crazy. As a matter of fact, the money we was spending was to help our friends selling this shit, really. We was helping the seller. You know, we had these Russian dudes that would get these mink coats. We didn't go to Adriana's. We went to the Russian mob. You know, and the place is it's locked up and you tap on it and they look through the thing and open up, you go in there and it's just minks. It ain't got no designer name in there. You know what I'm saying? I was on some gangsters. Everybody get one. So, you know, you buy a woman something. We wasn't buying her nothing for sex. That's a lane. And we could have get sex. Just go to a house and get some more weather stuff and just invite some chicks. We ain't gotta buy nothing. That's crazy. That's crazy in itself. That's crazy. They still in business? I doubt it. I mean, probably, but probably in a different location. But if not them, somebody, I'll just make a call. Somebody got, somebody always got something. My point is, I don't remember. I don't remember. Uh, I don't remember taking women somewhere nice to get with them. Because if we hollering at you, we hollering at you right there on the block. We ain't trying to take you nowhere. So I don't know nothing about that. That's some new lane stuff. Like if you find and I bump into you at the park, I'm trying to holler at you, and you can come to my place right now. We ain't, and we gonna drink some liquor and eat some pizza. You know what I'm saying? You know. So I ain't from that era where these dudes is like, but they need some different dudes too. They need some different dudes too. So I understand. I seen the one where the dude was gonna take the girl to Cheesecake Factory. She said, she would have never talked to us like that. She would have went to the Cheesecake Factory. But we was gangsters. There wasn't none of that. We would have said, "Shut your goofy ass up," and we would have just drove to the Cheesecake Factory and ate, and she would have ate. She wouldn't have been doing all that extra, all that. This is a new group though. When none of these women had got no play. Look, you got baby girl. She fine as hell. She wants you to go and buy her expensive stuff to be with. You got this other baby girl. She fine as hell. She just as fine as she at, but she on a lower status. She don't ain't got no money, nothing. This one got a little something. This one don't. Baby girl gonna go. So as soon as you're in the car, Cheesecake Factory, it ain't gonna be all that. It's gonna be get your goofy ass out. Get out. Get out. So that's some internet with the new men, the young men, they weird. You know what I'm saying? They weird. But they different because they don't make the women go get no money. They go get the money and try to impress the women. And my generation, she got to get some money and she got to be a gangster. She can't be no lame. I mean, a woman gonna treat you based on how you act. She knew he was a lame, that's why she said that. So that's why he did all that. You know what I'm saying? No, it's the dudes. The dudes is lying. You get in the car with me, boom, I pick you up. She said, "Where we going?" I'm saying, "Relax." And I'm driving. And if I pull up at the Cheesecake Factory, and she like, "The Cheesecake Factory?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "I want so and so." I'm going to keep walking. The car parked already. She has got to figure it out. Get a cab, go home. I don't know. I ain't doing all this or nothing. I'm going to the Cheesecake Factory. You don't want to go. It ain't. You just gonna be standing there talking, and we sure ain't filming it. So that's how you know that stuff is lying. That stuff is fake. How'd it get filmed? That's not real. There's no situation you're gonna get with a woman and you videoing it. That was fake. That was fake. You videoing it? That shit was fake, G Rod. They video it. A real woman would have went and ate wherever you would have went. Food is food. She wouldn't have, that was a fake, that was a skit. That wasn't real. If that woman was like that, she would have told you, get that camera on my face. She wouldn't have let you. Yeah, who be outside with the real queens? I be outside with the real queens. You can't just put no camera in their face. Boy, you can't go pick up no chick in Chicago and film. She's like, what you doing? Don't put me on that camera. Man, listen. You can't just put nobody on no camera in the real world outside. These sisters ain't letting you record them. They like, what you trying to do with that? That's a skit. You can't record no. Man, go pick up a girl in Chicago and film her when she come to the car. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That stuff was fake. You can't film nobody in Chicago. You can't film no woman like that. You know what I'm saying? And a woman, hey, a woman, let me tell you something about the black woman. They be lying about the black woman. I know the black woman like the back of my hand. Let me tell you something about the black woman. When you pick her up, she's just trying to be outside. She don't care where we going. On my soul, the black woman don't care where we going. We long as we going somewhere. She ready to go. If she come out all dressed up and you say, we gonna go downtown, and you know down there they got some vegan hot dogs and stuff I wanted to try. She gonna be like, well, I wouldn't have wore all this. Let me go put on my sneakers. She gonna dress down, she gonna go. She gonna dress, she gonna be like, wait, let me go take this off. She gonna go take that off. She gonna put on her body, right, hang it out, kick it, and she gonna go kick it. Y'all stop lying on the queens. Y'all stop lying on the queens. The queens gonna go wherever you going. They gonna go. She just gonna be like, I'm overdressed. That's what we doing. Why you ain't tell me we was going to the park? And on a boat cruise and get some hot dogs and stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna take this off. I can't do this in these heels. You bogus. Come on in. You gonna go in. She gonna take you in her crib. She gonna take them heels off. She gonna put on something more comfortable, and she gonna be ready to go. All she want to do is go somewhere. She don't got to go no fan. That's a lie, man. That's a lie. These women ain't got no levels where they go out. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie, because there's only a couple of high-end restaurants. Then it's right under high-end. Then it's nice. Then it's medium. Then it's shacks and regular stuff. And when we go out, we eat all that. We eat all that. We don't eat just because we make $1,000. We don't eat $1,000. We eat regular food. You know what I'm saying? We go regular places. And black women just want to go somewhere. They just want to get out the house. They lying on the queens. They need to stop lying on the black women. The black women is not uppity like that. That's bull. She just want to get out the house. She just want to hang out with you. That's it. That's it. All she want to do is hang out. I ain't never had no woman tell me, that's where we going. I ain't never had that before. The only way they gonna get mad at you didn't tell them where you going so they could dress according to where you going. Because we be sporadic, so I might pick her up in the daytime. Boom, we done went down to the boat. We done went down on Navy Pier walking around. Then I said, you know what, we need to go to eat at La Chaise. She was like, I ain't wearing this. We'll go, I'll drop off, she'll change clothes, I'll change clothes, pick her back up. Now we go to the high-end restaurant. We be winging it. TV, internet stuff, 40 as hell. We be winging it, and the black woman, she ready to go. If she like you, where we going? She don't give a damn where it's at. I ain't there, and The more uppity she is, the more she want to do regular shit. If she got a real good job and she make a whole lot of money, and you want to take her to some regular stuff like the zoo or to walk on, she with that for sure. Cause she tired of being uppity all day. She don't want to. They ain't want to be uppity all day with they ain't with that. That's some fake black women. Black women that go to one of your boys' crib and drink and watch a football game on my soul and eat wings and regular vegan food. That internet stuff is fake. That's fake. And she could be Fortune 500 if she liked the way you look and you could talk to her, she gone. Cause they down there sleeping with the elevator guy. The man that run the elevator hitting it. That's her boyfriend. She love him too. And she worked for Fortune 500 and he the elevator operator. But he handsome. Ain't knocking the back out of it. And when he get off work, he up there in her apartment. In her beautiful suite. Next thing you know, she get him a better job and everything. Bring him up in the world. Women ain't like that. That's all nonsense. Women is not uppity like that. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. They don't care how much money you got either. They'll spend on you. That's nonsense. I seen the chick on the internet talking about she ain't gonna date no man that make less than her. I'm like, girl, I'd let her get away. She lying. She lying. She lying. Any dude she like, if she like him, she gone. Period. If she see him and she get tingly all over, it's up. If she attracted to him, it's up. He could work at a gym. She don't give a damn. And she'll tell everybody, I'm with Bob. He worked down at the gym. Girl, you should see him. Oh, he's so sweet, he's so nice. That's all she care about. He ain't gotta be no, he ain't gotta make no certain amount of money and all that. I don't know why they be lying. That's why the black women get mistreated. She put so many bags in the bums. That's why she be mad. Man, these women be investing in bombs, and the bombs be messing the money up. On my soul. The black woman that invest in you, she'll try to pull you up. But you gotta have some. You gotta have some get up and go. She'll pull you up. She don't care. If she say that to up, you address it. If she say what? They a woman, especially a black woman, is gonna act how you act, and if you break the ice, then y'all good. The thing about a date is a date be kind of tight, stiff. If you could loosen up the vibe, you good to go. If you can loosen her up and she having a good time just talking to you, then she cool. One reason these dudes be having a hard time, you stiff. You on this stiff date. You so busy trying to date. You so busy trying to do all this weird stuff to impress her. You ain't talking to her. You ain't loosening her up. You thinking the car, the clothes, that ain't gonna get it. She'll get in it. She might even let you. She might let you mess with her a little bit, but the relationship ain't gonna last. She gonna take your money, if anything. She might try to get pregnant by you and rob you. She ain't as impressed with that car as you think. Now, in some cases, she been broke and struggling. Yeah, she wanted to show out. You know, you got cases where girls want to show out with dudes, but them dudes always end up losing. You know, when it comes to women, it's a billion fish in the sea, so you don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? All you gotta do with women is remind them it's a billion of y'all. Calm your ass down. You know what I'm saying? You don't see. We the hunters. They the prey. They don't do the hunting, so they at our mercy. They gotta wait for a man to want them. It ain't enough they want you. They gotta wait for a man to want them. So we have the advantage. Now, if they can make you think that you need them to want you, they'll run that game on you. That's where the confusion is at. Because some men, you making the women act like they choosing you and that you got to do something to get chosen by her. That's not true. She either going to lower her standards or deal with something to find out if the standards match, or she going to be at home by herself. That's her decision. And if she got a certain economical status that she want to be with, that don't mean he won't use her. That don't mean he won't cheat on her. That don't mean he ain't got to fire chicks like her. So if she trying to go out with this dude, he gonna buy her the best dinners and he got the best cars. What if he doing 5 women like that? She not gonna be happy. What if he the perfect man, but he 5 chicks men? He not hers. In some cases, he might even be gay. And she find out later. So it's a lot to it. So the best thing is to just to date a while, see if you like each other. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Date a while to see if you like each other. Money don't make you beautiful. Money don't make you gorgeous. Really nice jobs don't make you gorgeous. A billion gorgeous women out here. It's a lot of handsome men out here. So but typically women like men that got a lot of confidence, basically. So sometimes when you think she's so beautiful, like this is you, and you see her, a lot of times you go, wow, then this is you. See what I'm saying? And that's how she gonna look at you. Cause you man, you moving and you see her and you go, wow. And you tell her you're way up here. And so then now you can't talk to her because you told her she's a goddess, she way up there. You put her over you. But another dude come and be like, "You all right? That's the one she want." Hey, man, listen. She'll take the women, these uppity women. They'll get with a man that'll buy her all kind of stuff and give her money, and she'll go give it to a dude that ain't got no money. Everybody know that. She'll cheat on you with Roger that she knew back from high school that ain't on nothing. That watch you bought her, she don't wear, she gave it to Roger. He sold it. That car you bought her, Roger driving it around. Anybody tell you that? Let me tell you something. I learned this a long time. The most beautifulest women, nobody talk to them. They wide open. If you go a party or something and you look at the 10 most gorgeous women in there, they free. But you don't think they are. You know what I'm saying? If she say what to me, G-Ra, they think she don't want to talk back, and then they don't got no confidence. They ain't got no confidence. You don't got no confidence. That's the key. I remember in high school, it was a girl. I ain't gonna say her name because she's still, out here probably. She was the finest, most beautiful black girl at the school. We went to a mixed school. She was the most beautiful girl at the whole school. She was more beautiful than all the blacks and all the whites as far as everybody was concerned. And it was a situation where I was driving her and her girlfriend or something. They end up at my house. Nobody home. I ain't really thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we friends like. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just regular, so she hanging out because I'm not thinking of her like the finest girl. I'm thinking this, the home girl. You know what I mean? We schoolmates. Hey, we have. So we're at my parents' house. So I want to change my shoes or something. So I leave downstairs and I go up in my bedroom. And when I look back, she was up in my bedroom, followed me up there. But then one of the dudes bust in the room. You know niggas, man. He bust in the room. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said, oh, she liked me. But see, I didn't really go after her because I had a girlfriend already. So I didn't like go after her. I didn't be like, oh, she liked me, now I'm gonna go after her. She was still just cool with me. But it tripped me out. That's when I realized everybody thinks she's so fine, ain't nobody talking to her. She was wide open. I could have pulled it. But I already liked somebody else, so I didn't just switch up. You know what I'm saying? But that's something I found out, as I get 18. By the time I got 18 and 19, I'm going to these high end parties and stuff. And that's what I found out. But I'm saying all this to say that you got to let relationships happen organically. Men don't force it, women don't force it. Don't worry about the relationship. Just hang out. Just talk on the phone and just hang out. Don't ever think in terms of a relationship because you're going to mess everything up like that. Just let everything happen naturally. It'll happen naturally. Like no relationship I was in was planned or nothing. It was nothing was planned. It just happened. It wasn't planned. It wasn't nothing I thought out or nothing. That's a fact. Don't be putting a lot of thoughts into it. Let it play out organically. You'll be with a person, da da da. Then it'll change to this, change that. Next thing you know, you might be married to anything. Just like that. You don't have to put no effort. You don't have to think about it or anything. It'll happen organically if that's what it's supposed to do. And naturally. Don't push it. Just relax. So that's why I couldn't tell you how to get in a relationship because all my relationships was organic. I didn't do anything. I didn't think, oh, I want to be in a relationship. I never thought to be in a relationship and have a relationship. I just ended up in it. It was nothing I planned. You just kind of meet somebody, you talk to them on the phone, you talk to them on the phone, you hang out with them one day. One day turns to 2 days. 2 days turns to 30 days. That's just how it happened. They think she won't talk back, but they got low, uh, uh, they don't have confidence. You got to have confidence. But I let relationships happen organically. I don't chase no women though. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. I don't, I don't chase no woman. You know what I'm saying? It's got to happen organically because if you chase and you put too much mental in it, you just mess everything up. Just let it do what it do. So I was asked, did I want to be in a relationship? I didn't know how to answer that because I ain't never wanted to be in a relationship. I just ended up in them. I could never remember wanting to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. My oldest daughter, mother, I was standing downtown at the bus stop. She walked by and said, I like your dreads. 2 days later at the bus stop, she said, hey. I said, I recognized her. I start walking with her talking. I end up at her house. We didn't do nothing. I just was hung out with her. I didn't plan to hang out with her. I don't even remember how I ended up going all the way home with her. And so then after work, I just started going to her house every day. Meeting her on the corner and going to her house. And one day I went home and I said, dang, I probably should have tried to kiss her or something. I wonder if she was, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't trying to do nothing. I started thinking. Because when I left her last time, she had like a weird feeling. I was thinking, and she want me to do something and I'm not. I started thinking, oh, she probably, she probably feel bad. I ain't made no move on her. So next time I went, boom, it happened. But I didn't plan none of that shit though. I didn't plan not one relationship I was in. One relationship I was in, I seen her at the beach, on the other side of the beach. I said, dang, she fine as hell. They started walking over towards me. Her and her girlfriend. Her girlfriend say, you got some weed? I said, yeah, if your girlfriend give me her phone number. She gave me the phone number. But I didn't call it because I said, she mean as hell. So I didn't call it. I never called her. And then I gave her my number. She called me. See what I'm saying? I didn't do nothing. And then she called me. We went out. Boom. Next thing you know, I got another baby. I didn't do nothing. Honest to God truth. It just was organic. I didn't do nothing. I didn't even call. So I'm trying to teach you young brothers, you young sisters. I didn't do nothing. No relationship I was in did I do anything. It all just happens. If you think about your relationship, it just happened. You didn't do nothing. You couldn't make them. You couldn't meet them. You didn't make y'all meet. How'd y'all meet? You. It all happened organically. Think about it. So you just gotta let it finish doing what it do. Don't start putting a whole lot of thought in it. You'll mess it up. Just let life play out. I never been in a situation I wake up thinking, man, I want to be in a relationship. I don't really think like that. Cause it's why would I? I never thought like that all these years. Two of my children's mothers passed away. So see, life is, life. You know what I mean? Life be having a meaning beyond you. Sometimes it's just that person got to come into the world. You get ladies, you get with a man, you get pregnant, you have a baby, you have a daughter, you have a son. Then the relationship don't work out because it wasn't supposed to. It was just for that person to come into the world. Accept it for what it is. How is it a bad thing? The person came into the world. That's all it was for, because that's all they relationships is for anyway. Relationships is only to make more people. That's it. After that is whatever, companionship and all that. But the main purpose is to make people. Without relationship, there's no people. No relationship, no sex, no population. So you kind of got to just, you know, that's why I try to tell everybody, eat right. Try to, focus on some other stuff. You focusing on being in love with somebody, and now you got cancer. So what the love gonna do? What's love but a secondhand emotion? You ain't even taking care of yourself. You sick. You don't work out. You ain't in shape. You sloppy. You want to be in love. Now, how you gonna be in love if you sick? You see what I'm trying to tell y'all? Stop being depressed. Stop looking at other people in relationships and wishing you was in a relationship. Roll with the punches. And lady, when a man do walk up to you and say hi or something, be nice. You running away, your future man. Being all stuck up. Be nice. You know what I mean? Find out what he about. Don't judge no book by its cover. That's all I can tell y'all. Let it happen naturally. Just relax. Everybody that be forcing relationships, they be miserable. It always flop. Because they forced it. They forced it, they rushed it, they forced it. If they want to be in a relationship too much, they don't even about you. It's about something about them. They trying to show everybody they got a mate. It ain't even about you. It's some other things going on with them. They hunting. So it ain't really gonna be organically like that. You got to let things happen organically. You understand? So look, this was the first time I had to go on another apparatus to do it because something is going on with the internet. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm over here on YouTube going live this time. We're gonna see what's going on. Now it say stop recording. I don't know if it's gonna save or what. I don't know how to do this. So hopefully I don't lose it. But I'm gonna end the live and see what happened. Hopefully it save it. Deuces.